Hello, we're back again on the Higher Learning Podcast. This is your host, Ron. We're here in Riverside Studios. We have our artists and content creator interviews on Tuesdays. Anytime you want to DM, set it up. Be sure to go follow us on YouTube, Politic and Broadcasting. Like, share, and subscribe. Also follow us on Instagram, HNS420, Facebook, HNS420, Twitter, HNS420. Also, go check out our blog spot at thepoliticinformed.com. See the latest blogs about everything you can imagine: sports, entertainment, news, everything. We're here today with my special guest today, female barber, Alysha White. Hello, thank you, Alysha, for coming.
Hi,
How you
thanks
doing
for inviting
today?
me. I'm good. How are you?
No doubt, good. I'm glad for you to be here. You know, this is different. I don't think nobody has done nothing like this before, so I'm excited. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna kick it off.
We're gonna kick it off, definitely. So we're gonna step right into it. You know, being from Pomona, I'm from Pomona, you from Pomona. You know, I could talk all day about my experience with Pomona, but I want to know your experience. What was it like growing up in Pomona for you? You know, what was it like for you?
Okay, so I love this because while I'm from Pomona, I grew up in the suburbs of Phillips Ranch.
Gotcha.
So whenever I say Pomona and anybody knows the city, they're like, that's not the same. So while I was, in Pomona and I still had to drive to Pomona, yes. I knew people in Pomona, partied in Pomona.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't live there. I lived in the suburbs.
Right.
But for the most part, my experience was a great one. Like, I had a really good upbringing as a kid. I was surrounded by a lot of diversity, which I don't know is the case for people who live in Pomona. I don't know if you guys saw a lot of, yes. different types of people, but some of my best friends growing up were Hispanic or Caucasian.
Right.
So that was a little bit different. But my brother, he Ganesha and Gary, so he had more of the Pomona lifestyle than I did.
Right.
And I think my parents wanted something a little bit different for me.
Shout out to your parents.
Yeah.
Shout out to your parents. They did you a solid.
Yeah. But I would sneak away every once in a while to Pomona parties.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Yes. Absolutely. It's funny that you said that, the diversity. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't very diverse as far as the school. I went to Pomona High. It was mostly Black and Hispanics, and in the early days we didn't always get along. But I think sports kind of kept us together. Football, basketball. I never was the type to say growing up in Phillips Ranch didn't count. That's still part of the city, and you know what I'm saying? It's definitely part of the city, and I feel in our era we kind of blended.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people from our side of the town was kicking it with a lot of people that went over there. So I wouldn't discount your experience at all.
Well, everybody else does. Thank you for that.
Tell them to knock it off. Let's stop it. We damn near 40. Let's stop it.
Whoa.
Well, I am. I forgot you're a little younger than me. My bad. You in your early 30s.
For the people watching, I'm not
there yet. I just disrespected y'all. My bad. I'm 38, so I'm. But that's interesting. Interesting you say that. There are four corners in Pomona. It's a very small town. The east, the west, the north, and the south. Mm-hmm. Where do you feel, Diamond Ranch fit? You know what I'm saying? Because people, like you said, people do say that you guys were, maybe in the suburbs or all this other, where do you feel you fit on that geographically?
I mean, I guess we would be like the south part of Pomona.
Right.
That's what I would think, kind of tucked away.
Right.
Because, like I said, I didn't really have a whole lot of friends that were from Pomona. They were all from the suburbs as well.
Right.
But I know that there was like an influx when I got to high school of people who, were using their family members' addresses and stuff so that they could go to and not have to go to Gary, Ganesha, Pomona High.
Right.
So, I guess in the South it would be considered.
You know what? I definitely tried to do that. One of my best friends growing up, Evan. That's my brother.
Yeah.
And he went over there. He grew up in our neighborhood. He grew up across the street from me.
Okay.
And when he went over there, I was begging my mom. I was like, "Mom, can you please send me over there and get me away from this madness over here on the north side of Pomona? I don't want to be there."
Yeah. The north side is what you heard about. That's what you heard about where you didn't want to be.
Yeah. I wanted to definitely go over there and get over there, and unfortunately, my transfer was denied.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
you know, but it was dope to see. I think my class '01 was the first graduating class.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of get that experience. Unfortunately,
It was.
Yeah,
right.
and I wasn't able to.
We turned out all right. So.
Yeah, you know, it was all good. I still was able to. I remember, you know, going around. He used to take me to some of the functions over there, and it was just noticeably different. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt the culture. It was a culture shock because I'm so used to being around cats that was, you know, you had bagging sessions and you know.
Oh God, I don't miss those at all.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody roasting everything you do. You come with some messed up shoes, all day on your head.
I don't think that didn't happen.
I'm sure it did, but when I came around, I didn't see it. Like
okay.
I was like, I ain't gotta wear, like, ain't nobody judging me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So out loud, at least. You know what I'm saying? So I felt the culture was a little different in that regards. Moving along. So you're a USC alum.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get your degree in?
Business administration.
Business administration.
With
Wow.
an emphasis, because I earned it. In organization.
Damn, son.
That part. I mean, shout out to you for going to USC. You know what I'm saying, and getting your degree, and you know that's a huge achievement in my eyes. So shout out to you for that.
Appreciate that.
No problem. Did you stay on campus?
I bounced around. So like the first year I did, and I stayed with 3 strangers, and I hated it.
Oh my God.
So like I had roommates eating my snacks and stuff. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this.
Oh,
I don't even know you like that.
Right.
So then after that, I moved off campus. I lived in some of the slummiest apartments ever. It terrified my parents, but I think it's because coming from like living in the suburbs and you know great living, I kind of wanted a taste of what it was like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like to be, because everybody knows USC's in the hood.
Right.
And so I wanted to, you know, I wanted the full experience. So
right.
I was slumming it over there, and I enjoyed it. I fell in love with LA out there.
Well, you know what? We have opposite, you know, views on LA. I can't stand LA.
Really?
Yeah, you know, it's too crowded, too much traffic, too many people. Yeah. People are rude. They drive fucked up out there. You know, they can't drive for shit out there.
That's everywhere, though.
It is.
That's everywhere. Nobody can drive.
You have a point.
Yeah. Man.
Speaking of that, how do you compare the culture in Los Angeles versus the culture in Pomona?
Oh man, there's actually culture out there. In Pomona, I mean, there's a whole lot of nothing going on.
Right.
To me.
No, it is.
Which is why I told myself I was never gonna come back, which is crazy how I ended up back out here.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna stay in LA, but as a single female, you know what I mean, and I'm a homeowner, living in LA just wasn't feasible. If I wanted a house, I'd be renting for the rest of my life.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, there's culture out there. There's a lot of people who look like me.
Yes.
Which I love.
Yes.
Some that get on my nerves, some that don't. You know what I mean? But having the option to be around them, is nice for me. So yeah, Pomona is great for family living, schooling, some areas. Yeah,
some areas, right.
I heard that Diamond Ranch has gone a little crazy.
Yes.
So yeah, yes. I would prefer LA, honestly.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
and everybody that I know that's from LA has the same view as you. They're like, what? Like, I mean, they love their city, but it's too much.
It's cool. Like it is fascinating staying out there and being out there. It's just, it is too much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too many people. I don't like big crowds like that. So
maybe it's also different being a man.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Not to say it's easier because women go through, you know, some of the craziest shit, you know, as far as being hit on and being disrespected if you don't get a number up and stuff like that. You know, that has to be pretty bad.
It's bad, but it's not what you guys face. And I can acknowledge that.
Wow.
Some people can't. You know?
Right. No, you're right. You're right. Shout out to you for acknowledging that.
It's not a competition. That's what I want black people to realize. It's not a competition between men and women who has it hard.
Oh my God.
We all have it hard. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you're saying that. Speak on that. That's something to speak on because we're so divided. You know, as a country, period. But within our own race, we're divided. You know, it's the light skin versus the dark skin.
Yeah.
You know, it's the rich versus the poor. You know, it's so many different people versus each other that we can't even just band together and make one strong fist.
Yep.
So you're right. Like men and women, we're definitely disconnected as far as black men and black women. It's not a competition.
Nope.
You know, we're all on the same team.
And we're the only culture I feel like that does that.
We are. That just talks so much trash about each other.
Yep.
You know, the men is always calling all the women bad words, you know, bitches and all these other words, and the women all over the men. And it's like it's just when are we gonna stop?
Yep.
You know, at one point are we gonna smarten up and say, okay, this ain't the way.
Yep.
You know, so I'm glad you touched on that. Your journey getting your degree.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak about that a little bit, and you know, what advice you would have for anybody in your position at that time?
Yeah, sure. So, for me, for one, choosing a college to go to was kind of tough because in high school I played basketball,
Right.
and so I was hoping to do like the whole scholarship route. Unfortunately, the only schools that I got recruited to, like for full scholarships, were D2s.
Oh,
which are not
bad,
but they weren't the school on my list.
Right.
I wanted to go to either USC or Loyola Marymount.
Right.
So when I got accepted to Loyola, I was over the moon. Like I didn't even expect to get accepted to USC, and so when I did, it was no like competition. I knew I was going there, but for young Black people who want to go to prestigious schools, what I did was I joined an all-Black. It was like not a club, but it was an organization where they take you around to those type of schools and put you on campus, put you in touch with the right people. You know, this program is super helpful, and I'm sure that it helped along with, you know, getting good grades and being a part of all kinds of clubs during high school. I was part of everything you could think of on top of being an athlete. So I think that helped. But definitely, if there's any organizations that you can join that will partner with these schools that you want to get into, definitely, you know, get into that. They're free. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So you have nothing to lose. You get to see all kinds of campuses that you probably would never otherwise see.
Right.
So, and you meet friends. Cool.
No, that's definitely good advice. You know, I have a 16-year-old, and you know, she'll be graduating pretty soon. So I'm definitely going to let her watch this and listen to what you just said.
Yeah, the program was called CAP.
CAP. Okay. CAP. Okay. CAP.
I don't know if it's still around, but I'm sure it is.
CAP.
They've done great things for people like this.
CAP. Okay. So you have a T-shirt line?
I do. Me and my best friend have a T-shirt line.
Nice. Can we talk about that, when you started and how you started it, and you know, what's the direction of it going forward?
Sure. So we actually just started it in January of 2021. We were sitting around and we were just like joking and talking, and we've both been known to be very witty, like amongst our friends stuff. And so we were like, what if we just started putting some of the things that we said on a T-shirt? You know what I mean? Just on a plain T-shirt, because everybody wears T-shirts,
yes,
guys and girls.
Yep.
And so we were like, fuck it, let's do it. So we did. We started out with 6 things. We put them on Instagram, just like as a tester. We had a large amount of support, and we're like, okay, this is pretty dope. So we, you know, got our business stuff in order, launched a website in May, and it's been up ever since.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, you know, I mean, you can support. It's Black owned, it's female owned.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
It's important that we help each other.
Can you tell them the website so they can go ahead and
it's www.mytypetees.com.
mytypetees.com, y'all.
Like you're my type.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's also a play on the font on our T-shirts. It's typewriter.
Oh, you guys are creative. I see. I'm gonna have to give you one for sure.
Yeah,
I'm definitely love the support.
Dope.
Love the support. That's dope. So I know you have a day job as well.
Yes.
So what made you get into the barber game? You know, coming, you know, working in corporate America, getting your degree. What made you get into this?
You know what? Honestly, I was tired of somebody being able to tell me when I'm on vacation,
right,
or when I could go to the doctor, or questioning me whenever I was out of the office, talking about where have you been or what we missed you. You know that passive aggressive shit.
Right.
We missed you.
Right.
No, you didn't.
No, you
You
didn't.
just want to know where I was at.
Being nosy. Stop playing with me.
You know what I mean? And everywhere that I've ever worked, not to make it about race, but it's always been run by white males and females,
right.
older white females, and there's a little bit of a power trip that I've experienced. So,
right.
During the pandemic, I was like, you know what? I really want a creative outlet.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to, like, if I could draw, I would definitely do tattooing because I love tattoos. I think it's an amazing expression of art and individuality.
Absolutely.
But I'm not an artist. So, and I've always been somebody who loves competition. If you talk to anybody, I know competition is what I do. I will anything, okay? Like, I like to win. So I wanted to kind of challenge myself. And a barbering school takes 2 years. I figured the pandemic was going to go about that long. I work remotely from home, so as long as I take my laptop and my phone everywhere, I can still work to full capacity.
Wow.
And so I was like, man, if I can get into the school and I can find a barbershop that's willing to sponsor me,
right,
I'm in there. Wow. And worst comes to worst, if I don't excel, I always have a license to fall back on.
Right.
It is what it is, you know what I mean? But I needed a creative outlet. I was literally going insane, like I'm sure everybody else was in the pandemic.
Yes.
And I just happened to luck up and find something I like and I'm pretty decent at, you know what I mean?
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, during the pandemic, a lot of us faced a lot of different challenges. A lot of us were bored, weight gain. A lot of us got sick, a lot of different things. So you had to kind of find something to keep you grounded because, as far as we've been living, we've never faced nothing like that before. Exactly. So you found your outlet, which led to another career path, which is good. Mm-hmm. Being in a barber right now, so you're in an apprentice program?
Yes.
Can you give us the rundown and 5 facts and future goals on being a female barber in the apprentice program?
Sure. So an apprentice program is the difference between that and going to school full time is I can actually work in the barbershop mm-hmm. and I can get paid for it and mm-hmm. I don't have to sit behind a desk and books for 2 years.
Right.
I don't just practice on mannequins and all that other stuff. So this program is usually for people who've been cutting for a long, long time mm-hmm. and they just never got licensed. Mm-hmm. And, they're cracking down on barbers, not being licensed in shops. So mm-hmm. With this, I get to go into the shop every day, make money. I'm still practicing. I still go into school once a week for 3 hours. Mm-hmm. And they prep me for the state bar.
Right.
I mean, the state board, I'm sorry.
Right.
State board exam, which I have to take at the end of the 2 years to get my license.
Right.
So it's definitely a much better option, especially right now in the pandemic. Right. And I know that the pandemic was really, really tough for a lot of people. Like you said, they got sick, they lost people. And thankfully, I didn't have to experience that. So the pandemic's been a really good thing for me because it gave me a second to pause.
Right.
Like I said, I was going crazy. I was commuting every day on the road, hour and a half each way. And I wanted to cry every day. I would call my mom and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this no more. And she's like, don't you leave without having something else. So I was like, all right, let me figure this out. I can't do this.
Right.
So, yeah, that's that. But as far as like 5 future goals that I would have, definitely just to have the respect that male barbers have, for one. Mm-hmm. Definitely want to have that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to rest on the fact that I'm a female and I have ass and tits. Like, that's not what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's nice to start, but I don't want that to be.
You don't want that to be the narrative.
Yeah. And then also to make this like a real career, I do want to open a shop.
Right.
In the next maybe year and a half, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be set. I want to set something up for my future generation.
Right. Right.
I want to be able to be an example for people because I'm 35. I just turned 35. Right. Now a lot of people feel like at 35 you should be wherever you're gonna be at. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not true. Every day you wake up is an opportunity for you to start something new or try something new or recreate yourself.
Thank you.
So I hope people realize that. Like, don't be afraid to jump.
You just gave me my reassurance, Do
that.
We get tough on ourselves sometimes. Like I used to work in LA as well about 4 or 5 years ago. And going there was always in a rush, and then on the way back I was in 3-hour traffic, so I would be going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was going crazy doing that, and I was like, I can't do this for too much longer. Yeah. I could figure something out. So I'm glad, and I jumped and been at it ever since.
Yeah.
So
awesome. It's a great feeling too. I mean, I feel like a lot of people during this pandemic found their entrepreneurial bone.
Right, definitely.
You don't need to answer. I mean, some people are built for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? For the first 10 years, 12 years out of college, corporate world is where it was at for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I get paid well. It's comfortable, secure. So, but at some point you're like, okay, I got to do something else for me. I'm not happy.
Right. And it's not, like you said, you get paid well, and we're not gonna sit up here and act like money isn't important. Let's, not gonna cap and say that, but at some point your happiness means more than how much you get paid.
Absolutely, because you don't know when you're gonna leave here.
Exactly.
And you can have all the money in your bank account you want.
Right.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Exactly.
So
did you stress yourself out while getting it?
Exactly. For somebody else to make millions and you to make $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year. That's not worth it for me.
Not worth it. It's like, it's cool, but this company is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and I'm getting paid $90,000.
Yep.
And I'm probably one of the big reasons why this company make that much money.
Yep.
Never added up to me. Speaking of money, it's a random question. If you suddenly came up on $1 million, who's the first person you call?
The first person, I'm only calling one person. I'm not telling nobody else.
I feel that.
I tell all my friends all the time, if you stop hearing from me, you know why. And that's because people are greedy, you know what I mean? You have friends you haven't talked to in 20 years come out the woodworks. No, I'm good. I'm calling my mom.
All of a sudden, your DMs is blowing up. Hey, what's up, Alysha?
Yeah.
You ain't talked in a minute, but I miss you.
Did we? I don't remember.
Remember we used to kick it, at the benches? You're like, what? I need to kick it at the benches.
I definitely didn't. I wasn't allowed to.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'll definitely call my mom, and that's it. I wouldn't even tell my brother.
Smart. Dang, bro, can't know?
Nope. He don't even know.
Dang, bro.
He wouldn't call me.
Bro, what you do bad to make Alysha not want you to call her, man? I'd be mad if my sister didn't call me.
If I would throw some his way, but he don't need to know that I have $1 million on hand.
Right. Facts. That's crazy. So, in today's world, everybody faces different struggles. Whether your bank, your net worth is $1 million or $2. So in your words or in your feeling, can you describe the perfect day?
The perfect day for me, probably waking up, meditating, and praying. And actually being able to focus on doing that, by the way.
Right.
A lot of people would just sit there and meditate and you're not actually getting anything accomplished. So, do that. Maybe go on a hike. Go home, take a nice shower, eat a good lunch. Head to the shop where everybody's in a great mood. There's like Masego radio playing on Pandora. That's my vibe.
That's your vibe. Nice.
Cut like maybe 10 heads. No stress. Go home at the end of the night. Maybe smoke some hookah.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Smoke some hookah. Watch a couple episodes of The Office and go to sleep.
The Office. Oh, you sound like you got a nice day. Damn, like I'm picturing my day. I'm like, damn, your day is like really relaxing.
Yeah, I'm very big on that. I don't let anything stress me out.
Meditation. I've always thought about meditation. So how's meditation been for you?
Oh, it's been great. You don't realize how busy your mind is until you meditate. And you literally can do it. For me, I do like 10 to 12 minutes in the morning when I first wake up.
Wow.
That's it, where I don't think about anything. And I'm so rejuvenated. Like, I feel so fresh in the mind. Like, anything could come my way, and I'm like, it's nothing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow.
You can quiet your mind for a few minutes every day. It's huge.
I need to try that. You know,
should. It's awesome. Like, It's really nice because you have so much to think about on a daily basis, like family, money, jobs, driving without getting hit. Like,
Man,
it's a lot of shit.
it is.
Ignorant people saying stuff to you.
All day. All day. And definitely, having, if you don't have any children, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah. So that means there's room for some children in the future.
Oh, yeah, I would like to have some kids.
Nice.
Maybe one. Maybe one would be good, honestly.
I can tell you that as a person that had his first kid, or I didn't technically have the kid, but being a part of that, being a dad at 20, how old was I? 21, 22, 22.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely waiting is the best thing.
Yeah.
You get to move around and figure out your life, and when you do that to yourself, I tell all the young parents, I try to tell them, it's not the move to try to have a kid all extra young.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it that much harder on you.
Yeah.
And I know some people that done well, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, but you make it work, right?
You do.
And they're like a huge blessing.
You do. Yeah, I can't take, it's not like I would want to take my kids back, but I tell them all the time, I would rather have wanted you guys when I turned 30.
Yeah.
It gave myself some time
to,
to grow and everything. So with the t-shirt line, kind of getting back to it, how you described it, how you guys do the words, how would you describe this moment on one of your t-shirts?
That's a good question. Maybe just jump. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous about coming on. I was nervous. I was like, I don't know. It sounded good at first, and then as it got closer and closer, I was like,
butterflies.
Yeah. So, jumping outside of my comfort zone, and I think a lot of people need to do that. And that could be, that could be a message for suicidal people too, huh?
Facts.
We don't want that.
We don't want that for y'all suicide ones. Don't listen to that.
We're not talking to you.
We're not talking to you. Close your ears real quick. It's grown folk talk.
Yeah, but I think I would say just jump.
Just jump. I like that. Maybe you got to make that one a shirt.
I have to know it's out there now, huh?
Exactly. Go ahead and put that in the chamber. Yeah, there you go. I wanted to ask you this earlier. Growing up in Pomona, I want to see how up on the food you are. So there's a couple of signature spots in Pomona that all Pomonians go to, and I'm gonna name a couple and see if you've been there.
Okay.
So one of my favorite Mexican restaurants.
I knew you were gonna start with Mexican food.
Mexican food is my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like I just love it. It's the reason why I've struggled with weight my entire life, eating burritos and nachos and stuff like that. So thank you, my Mexican culture, for doing that and making me fat my whole life. El Merendero.
Never even heard of it.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Oh my God. Missing out. Yes.
What are they known for having?
The enchilada style burritos.
Okay. So wet burrito?
Wet burrito, yes.
Yeah, wet burrito.
But that dry burrito is good too, though. That's just, I'm not going to discount the dry burrito either.
Okay.
Also, I need a napkin.
You need a napkin?
Mm-hmm. Just spit this gum out. It's getting soggy. Thank you. Cool. Perfect.
Kobe.
Yes, Kobe. Oh yeah, Kobe. Kobe over here. I didn't get no scholarship or nothing, but I can play a little ball in my day. Another spot out there, Kwan's fried rice.
Now I've heard of that. I've never had it.
Woo.
But I've heard of it.
Are you into fried rice at all?
I'll eat it if it's in front of me. I wouldn't even drive out my way to go get it.
You know what? When I come back for my second cut, I'm gonna have to bring you some rice. And I want you to try it.
That mess better be stellar. That's all I know.
If it ain't, I ain't gonna trip. I'm gonna eat it myself.
You gonna take it?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you, but if you don't like it, I won't feel no type of way. I'm gonna eat it right on the spot.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Kwan's rice. So, another spot.
Now who runs this Kwan? Who's Kwan?
You know what? I think back in the day it was, but I think it might have had new ownership.
Okay.
I haven't been there in a couple of years because I've been. No, I'm capping. Let's stop capping for the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been there in like 6 months because
Okay.
I've been on my healthy eating this year and lost a bunch of weight finally. So, you know, I haven't been there in a while, but I think it's under new ownership.
Well, you put me over there some fun stuff.
Oh
I
yeah,
appreciate it.
Quan. Oh, they will. Trust me. Quan's restaurant. Hey, Quan's, y'all better give me some. I'm gonna send a bunch of business y'all way. Y'all better go ahead and give me a free bowl or something, free extra chicken or something. Another spot, Donahue's fried chicken.
Okay, yes, I've had Donahue.
Okay. I was something to say. I know you had
I've
Donahue.
had Donahue. We actually used to have it. So this is how confident we were back when I played basketball. We were so good, we were killing everybody that we used to eat Donahue's before the game.
Y'all ate Donahue? How?
We used to sit up during the JV game. While we were waiting, we'd be in the stands eating Donahue.
How?
Because we knew we were gonna win. It was really bad.
How did y'all do that?
We were literally just good.
After I know y'all, I remember how good y'all were. I remember. I'm just saying, like eating the Donahue's, like I'm definitely taking a nap after that.
No, we was out there.
You wouldn't play the full basketball game.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And we'll blow them out too.
Yep. How far did you guys go in the CIF?
So we went to the semifinals my year. And then the year after I left, they actually won CIF.
Oh my God.
I was so mad.
I know you were.
I was so mad.
Who did y'all lose to in the semi?
Apple Valley. Those bitches can shoot. They're a bunch of white girls.
Yes.
Jumpers.
Yeah.
Man.
When you seen an all-white team,
we were like,
knew they could shoot.
Well, we did, but we were like, man, we got this.
Right.
They started raining threes down. I was like, oh shit, we in trouble.
You seen a bunch of Larry Birds when you see the all-white school. Like, man, these niggas can shoot, man.
Yeah, they're out there doing it.
They about to kill. Do you remember the games against Pomona?
Pomona?
Yeah. Did you guys?
I mean, I know Gary we used to kill. Ganesha we used to kill until our star center went over there her last year. We still beat them. But
wait, who was the star center?
Alexis Pope.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So she went to Diamond Ranch first?
Oh yeah, she was with us first.
Oh,
and her dad moved her.
Wow. Why would you? Never mind. Pops, I don't know what you was thinking.
No, everybody was trying to get a salary.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to put yourself in the best situation to get recognition.
Facts.
Okay.
How many girls did get scholarships in your year?
In my year?
Yeah, or not in your year, but in your tenure with the team.
A few.
Because I know you guys had some ballers for sure.
Yeah, a few of them did. But we also had girls who played other sports, like they played volleyball or softball too.
Right.
So they went that route.
Right.
The girl who played with me, Denisha McCall, I don't know if you remember her.
Yes, I remember hearing that name. Yep.
Yeah, she gave up basketball because she wanted to be a doctor. Wow. And I think she's a doctor now. So.
Wow, she actually did it.
Yeah, she did it.
Shout out.
So basketball wasn't everything for us.
Right.
Like I said, that next year, those girls were pretty
CIF champions.
About it. Yeah. That's what they wanted.
They wanted to be CIF champions and further their careers. Yeah. That's dope. So, I know people always are afraid to talk about race, and it's not a bad thing to talk about race to me. I think the conversation is where it begins. We have a conversation, and from a conversation, then we get actions. Mm-hmm. So, in your journey in college and also in the corporate world, can you talk about some of the racial inequalities you face on the way?
I think probably just actually most recently in my job, there's the chief legal officer is a white lady, and she's trying to kind of come for me, like basically implying that I wasn't doing my job or I was taking too long to respond to her via email. I was taking too long. So I had to professionally read her and let her know, everything that I have on my plate and how long I've been doing this and the progress that I've made since I've been there, how much money I've saved the company, all that good stuff,
Right.
And I think it was actually at that moment when I realized, like, okay, this isn't for me.
Right.
Because she was kind of trying to flex on me.
Oh, no.
And I didn't appreciate that too much. And I don't think that it would have happened if it was somebody who was Caucasian.
Right.
I don't think she would have tried that.
Right.
So I don't know if she regrets doing it, but I didn't make it easy for her. I'll say that.
That part.
At all.
Right. So, with that, you're able, like you said, I think one key part that we miss sometimes, as Black people, we want to go left and we want to get hood on people. No, you can't do stuff like that nowadays. You got to, like you said, professionally read people.
Yeah.
I like that you said that. And that's something that I got to learn myself.
Yeah.
Like, don't be so rah-rah. You got to, learn how to get people where it hurts them.
Yep.
And not just makes you look like the typical ignorant Black nigga.
Yeah, you can't give them what they want.
Right.
Because that's what they want as a reaction.
Right.
So I've always known that. My mom's always told me, you gotta play the game.
Right.
That's what it is.
Woo,
so,
mama smart.
Yeah, you gotta play the game.
Gotta play the game. Facts. So with the vaccine mandate, that's in LA County right now. Mm-hmm. I believe San Bernardino has a great chance of following.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to affect you in both of your job and your career and everything that you're doing?
For barbering, and I mean, yeah, they're probably gonna require that you be vaccinated to even step foot in the doors,
right.
Which sucks. But what I've come to realize is that everybody's getting vaccinated, so it doesn't look like it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
For my other job, it's not really gonna make a difference because I'm remote, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
But because I do workers' comp, that's what I do. It's gonna make it more challenging for those people who don't.
Right.
Because, when they get sick, I don't know if you know, but companies are responsible if your employee catches COVID within 14 days of working on site. Mm-hmm. You're responsible.
I didn't know that.
Medical and all that stuff. Wow. They just assume that they probably caught it at work.
Got it. Wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna make it a lot busier for me, but
right.
Which is what I don't want. I'm trying to transition out.
Facts. How are you with the whole? It seems to be some type of, I wouldn't say rivalry. I'm trying to think of the word between the vax and the unvax. Mm-hmm. I think it's a little ridiculous to sit up here argue. I think everybody should respect everybody's, decision on what they're going to do with themselves. Yep. How do you feel about that?
It's annoying as hell. I hate when anybody brings it up, honestly.
Right.
It's like the new political talk.
Right.
Like, don't ask me what I'm doing, okay? It's like, it's not your business. Why do you care? Like, if you're not afraid, then stay in the house.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially about the mask on. Don't worry about it.
No, thank you. See, that's how I feel.
Yeah, but I don't know why people like to talk about it. Then there's people who are like kind of conspiracy theorists. Like I would consider myself with the whole vaccine.
Yes, me too.
That can go on and on and on. And I'm like, okay, listen, I get it, but I don't need to hear it. Like
right.
Forever in a day. You can say how you feel and move on, but
right.
Like I feel like that. I kind of relate them to like atheists. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I feel like atheists try to convert you. Like instead of just respecting that you believe in something,
they convert you.
They're like, oh, well, you shouldn't. It's like, why do you care? Like, if that's what you about, then that's fine. Like, but don't try to sit here and tell me what I should be thinking or why what I think is wrong.
You're right. I have an atheist cousin, and no, you're good. I have an atheist cousin, and shout out to you, Steve. Don't get mad when I'm gonna say your name. It's my man. It's my man. He's my husband.
He's proud of it.
My cousin's husband, and he's proud of it. But this guy will sit up here and argue you down to the T, about Christianity or whatever it is you believe, the Bible and how it's fake. And I'm like, bruh, okay, I'm not saying what you're saying is not valid, bruh. Like you are not about to change my mind.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Yeah. You don't let everybody feel how they want to feel, believe what they want to believe.
Respect.
At the end of the day, nobody knows who's right.
Right. Facts.
So you believe this earth, none of us are gonna know.
Facts.
And you won't be able to tell us about it. It'll be gone.
None of us. It's all speculation.
Exactly.
It's
comfort.
It's comfort. Exactly.
Wherever they have it.
Exactly. See, did you have anybody that was affected by COVID, in a bad way?
I did not.
That's great.
Yeah. My mom was very serious about it. She was like, don't come to my house. I didn't see my mom for a few months. And I'm used to seeing her at least 3 times a week.
Wow.
So she's like, no, I'm older. Don't come over here until it's safe or until I'm vaccinated. And I'm like, damn.
Miles wasn't playing.
No, she wasn't. But I respected it because I would feel horrible if I was the one who brought something over to her that she couldn't get rid of.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah. So luckily, no, I haven't. I don't even know anybody who caught it, but like friends and stuff like that. But
right.
that's it.
Dang, yeah, me.
Yeah.
I know a couple people, that did my children's grandmother on their mom's side, she passed away earlier this year.
For COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Thank you. It kind of shocked them because they never really had a death that close.
Yeah.
So some of us faced it and some of us didn't. I'm happy to hear like people like yourself that didn't.
Yeah.
More stories like that. Now I know you're a hooper.
Yeah. You said I was or I am?
Or I mean, once you're a hooper, you always a hooper.
Okay, I didn't know which one you said.
You know what I'm saying? You're a hooper for life. Whether you play or not still, you're a hooper. And you played at a high level. You played, varsity basketball, got recruited to D2. You're a hooper. You welcome. So, how did the death of Kobe Bryant affect you?
It was a very sad day. I will say that. It was a sad day. I will say that I'm not the type to get attached to people that I don't know. I've always been that. Like I'm very like I have my people, and that's who it is. It was sad. I felt bad for his family.
Right.
And the NBA lost a legend way too soon.
Man.
So it was sad, but I didn't cry or anything. Like it was hard to not see him around anymore. That was weird.
Right, just on some basketball stuff. Even if you weren't, you're not super sentimental. It's just like, damn, not seeing Kobe at the games and mentoring the young fellas, and it's a little weird. But
all we can do is just hope that he's at peace now. You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
his family's gonna be okay. That's it.
Absolutely. R.I.P. Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe. So, what's next for you? As far as I know, we talked about some of your plans with your barber career, but just what's next for you overall? Just 10-year plan, just everything.
Oh, okay. So within 10 years, I'll definitely have a barbershop. That's the goal. That's what I originally wanted, was to have a shop. And while you can have a shop and not be a licensed barber, I think it's important to know the industry inside and out before you jump into something like that. Because for one, you're going to get more respect.
Right.
And especially being a female, I need all the respect that I can get.
Facts.
So I'll definitely have a barbershop. I also want to own a couple other businesses, and I plan to do that. And I'm just going to enjoy the ride along the way.
That's right. That's facts. And one last thing before we get out of here off camera, a female like you mentioned earlier, is it difficult dealing with maybe potential customers or clients that's just trying to come around you to try to get your number or try to they see you got body or let me talk to her, let me go get a cut with her. So do you deal with that, or how do you deal with that?
You know what? I haven't had that problem yet. And I think it's because I'm so new in the industry. So right now, like, they'll come in and they don't know if I'm a stylist. They don't know if I'm a barber. They don't know if I'm a receptionist. They don't know what to think.
Right.
So, no, I mean, they're all going to flirt. It happens.
Right.
I'm okay with it. It's never gotten out of pocket.
Right.
Yeah, and I work with a great group of guys that if that ever did happen, they would check them.
There you go. There you go. Protection.
Yes, I work with a great group of dudes. So I'm not even concerned about that. You know what I mean? Like, even when I leave, somebody walks me out, like, I'm well protected there.
There you go. And that's the latest barbershop, right?
The latest barbershop,
and
yes.
What city is that in?
That's in Rancho Cucamonga off of Archibald.
Okay. Check Alysha out at the latest barbershop in Rancho Cucamonga, y'all. Check her out there. I want to wrap it up now. Thank you guys for joining. Let me go. Thank you guys for joining the Higher Learning Podcast. This is your host, Ron. I want you to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Politic and Broadcasting. Like, subscribe, and share. I want you to go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, HNS420, Politic and Broadcasting. I want you to go ahead and follow Alysha. So, can you give them your handles for your Instagram?
Yeah, sure. So my barber page is Alysha, ALYSHA_blades. And you can find me there. I'm not going to give you my personal. But also, if you want to check out our t-shirts, we're at official_MTT.
There you go. Nice. So go ahead and like, follow, subscribe. Go ahead and follow Alysha's barber page. Check her out around Cucamonga. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight on the Higher Learning Podcast for another episode in Riverside Studios. We out.